Hello, and welcome to At Home with Lucas. So today we're going to be talking about Starbucks' Italian roast coffee. Yes, people, I am super excited about this. Excited is the word of the month. I am definitely using that way too much, but I'm ecstatic, I'm excited, I'm hyped. I am ready for this review. I have not had Italian roast coffee in forever, like really forever. So this is gonna be really fun for me. I don't remember what it tastes like. I don't remember anything about it. So I'm going into this somewhat fresh, but of course I've had this before. So in this video, we're gonna be doing a hands-on with the bag. Then we're gonna throw those beans over to the burr grinder. We are gonna break those bad boys down. Then we're gonna throw it to the coffee gator pour over maker. Yes, people, this is my #1 way to make coffee as of now. I absolutely love it. It is a clean and pure way to make coffee. Plus, you can throw in so much grounds that you will overdose on caffeine if you want to do so. Yes, you can. All right, after that, we're gonna be doing the sip test, and this is gonna tell us a lot about the coffee. Is this a daily, weekly, monthly, or never consumption coffee? Yes, people, it does happen. It does. This one, I don't think it's gonna happen. But as always, nope, that's the end of this whole thing. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into it.
All right, let's take a look at this bad boy. So you got some very, very cool writing in the background. You got some artwork over here. This is really nice. It reminds me of like a coffee shop chalkboard where they're trying to put their artwork and promotion on it. That is very cool. All right, up at the top, you got their iconic Starbucks logo right there. This is whole bean because we do not want those additives and preservatives that come with ground coffee. Dark roast, that's what's up. Starbucks Italiano, muy roast. Here we go. We got the dark chocolate once again and toasted marshmallows. That's interesting. I wonder if that's going to be what it tastes like. I have had Italian coffee before from Starbucks, but it's been forever. All right, we got the 100% Arabica coffee. We went with the 12 ounce because that was what was on sale. Very cool Vespa right there, people. Nice. I like that a lot. It's got the gold shimmer, so you know people are going to think this is primo. All right, a little bit of backstory on this. Cool. Starbucks rewards, if that's what you're into. 100%. All right. Ooh, it's got a nice purplish burgundy color on it. And there's the Best By date. Interesting. That was not on the last bag that I did from Starbucks. Cool. All right, we are good to go. All right, then you got their brewing instructions, how to store it. Cool. Take a look over here. Ooh, full-bodied and bold. That's what I like to hear. All right, so where's the one-way valve? There's a one-way valve right there. Starbucks likes to put it near the bottom, and I think that's because they realize people are going to roll this down and down and down, and they want to make sure that thing is activated the whole time. So props to Starbucks on that. Now, if you look, there's almost no air in here at all. So that means this bag is doing what it should. It's releasing the CO2 or whatever's inside the bag out the one-way valve, and then this glue up here is completely sealed, so no air is coming back in. So that is very, very cool. All right, let's take a look at the beans. I don't know why I'm guessing these are going to be dripping in oil. All right, so that seal was, it was okay. I'm going to turn the flashlight on. Take a close look at these beans. Wow. Those are charcoal. Oh my gosh, I have to turn up the brightness on this. Hold on, let me turn it up. Wow, that is literally so dark. Holy bejesus, people. Wow, look at that. That is incredible. There is not a husk to be found. These were roasted beyond belief. This is the bold and beautiful, if you will. Wow. And these are the large Starbucks beans that you are gonna see in a lot of their roasts. Wow, that is incredible. Wow, let's get another handful. Ooh. Wow, look at that. That is wild. All right, I cannot wait to throw these into the burr grinder and grind these bad boys up.
All right, listen to people. We're gonna grind some beans. All right, we got my burr grinder right here. If you've never heard of a burr grinder, go ahead and Google that. There are a couple different grinders out there. This one is a pretty inexpensive but very, very nice burr grinder. I've made a video about it. It's in my channel, so if you want to watch that, go ahead and take a look at that. This is a 12 ounce, I believe, hopper, so it does a good amount of coffee beans all at once. No, people, the lighting is not bad. This is literally how dark these beans are. It's absolutely insane. I turned up the settings on my camera and you can still barely see said beans. There we go. I'm turning it up right now and they're still just as dark as ever. Italian roast Starbucks knows no brightness. These are truly dark. But yeah, this is a very, very nice grinder. I always grind my beans on camera without the lid on for full effect so you guys can see exactly what's happening. I do it for you people. I do it for you. Coming up, I'm actually going to show my hand compared to the beans to show you that it's not the camera. It is actually the beans. These are the darkest beans I have ever seen in my entire life, people. All right, so we're going to put it on a medium setting. That is good for a pour over. If you're going to be making a pour over at home, you definitely want to get whole bean and pre-grind your beans. As long as you're consuming 12 ounces of coffee beans in a week, you should be good to go in terms of freshness. But if you're going to be consuming these over a month, I would recommend only grinding 6 ounces or less in order to get optimal freshness. Some people actually grind their beans daily with a hand grinder. I'm actually going to have a video coming up very soon where I talk about a hand grinder. Yes, people, super excited about that. All right. These are the standard, very large Starbucks beans. Little to no imperfection, zero husk, and massive, massive roasting temperature. I'm talking burnt skis. Yes, people. But the aroma is very strong, and it's very. I'm not going to say it's off-putting, but it's very pungent. So the smell, the look, it does not give you a sense of what's to come. You're kind of like, uh-oh, I don't really know what I'm getting myself into. But yes, down the hatch we go.
All right, let's take a closer look at these grounds. Once again, the lighting is optimal, and yet you can barely see these grounds. It's even after breaking them down, they're still super dark. Starbucks is normally a high roast bean. They like to roast them pretty hot and make them burnt, if you will. But one thing you're noticing is a very uniform breakdown of the bean. That is a sign of a healthy bean. Usually beans that are less healthy will break down in a very jagged, very sporadic way. Right here you can see this is a very uniform grind, which is A+ in my opinion. After breaking down a lot of different coffee beans, I've kind of picked up a sort of tell, if you will, of what is a good or bad ground. All right, let's load up the Coffee Gator pour over maker. We're using a 1 ounce scoop. So there you go. That's 1 ounces. That is 2 ounces and almost 3. There we go. Oh, a little bit more. So we're pushing over 4 ounces right there. All right, let's go ahead and get the pour over kettle fired up. This is by Coffee Gator also. I absolutely love this kettle. It is one of the best, if not the best, stovetop kettle makers. I always go to 200 and then I let it cool down to about 185 for pour over, maybe 180. If you're doing an AeroPress, of course, you're going to change your water temperature to about 174. So it's good to go all the way up to the highest and then work your way back. All right, let's do the pour over test, people. So the first pour, you're just trying to soak all of the grounds and get them nice and wet. You're not going to see any crema at all. Don't worry about that. And then you want to let the water dissipate through those grounds for about 30 seconds just to get them fully soaked. And then you're going to come back and you're going to hit it with the second pour. And the second pour is really going to tell us how fresh are these grounds, because the more crema, the more plumage, if you will, the fresher the beans actually were. So here we go. Wow, this has got to be the darkest crema I've ever seen in my life. This is unbelievable. That is crema, yet it does not look like it. It looks exactly like a fudge brownie. Wow, wow, wow. But you're also seeing a little bit less plumage, which gives me a slight feeling that maybe these beans were not as fresh as they could have been. So hit it with the second pour. There you go. So now it's getting a little bit lighter and you're getting a little bit more plumage. It's starting to mushroom up a little bit and you're getting that crema. It's not as much crema as I would like. Let's check the stream. The stream is actually not as dark as you would think. That does look like motor oil, but the stream that we just saw was not very dark. I usually put this about 500 milliliters. So we're doing almost 4¼ ounces of coffee to 500 milliliters. If you're doing the math at home, I am not a scientist, people. I do not measure out anything. This is all by the seat of my pants. That doesn't make any sense. Why did you say that? All right, here we go with the third pour. It's getting a little bit lighter, but the crema is still not there. It's just mostly plumage. And that, of course, once again, is looking nice and yummy, even though what's below is just a depth of motor oil darkness. Wowzers. Yes, get that bag in there, Lucas. Make sure it looks good. All right, now we're going to do the pour test. This is going to show us just how nice this brewed up. Wow, that is very dark and yet so nice looking. And if you look closely, you can see there's almost no settlement in there at all. That's because the pour over maker filter is phenomenal. There you go. Wowzers, that is very, very dark. This has to be the darkest, most scary cup of coffee I think I've ever made. This is something where if you just wound up seeing it in the wild, you'd say, I don't think I can drink that. Look at that. Look at that steam dancing over the top of that dark black coffee. Oh, it's mesmerizing.
All right, let's get into the sip test. Wow, this cup is extremely full.
5, 6, 7, 8. You're doing great.
Wow, holy moly. That is oddly sweet. I was not expecting it to be so sweet. Wow, and thin. Wow, very sweet, very thin. That is amazing. From the darkness of the beans to the harshness of the smell, I was convinced this was going to be just a bunch of motor oil in my mouth, but no, this is actually really nice. It's weird because it's sweet going down, and then it has a smoky and harsh aftertaste. So it's like, when you're taking it down, you're like, oh, this is actually really sweet. And then you realize, no, this is actually quite aggressive. You're just being tricked into thinking it's a sweet cup of coffee, but it is very smooth. It is very sweet, smoky, tiny bit bitter, but the bitterness is almost not noticeable. Wow, that is a very good cup of coffee. It's thin. I've made the same amount of grounds to water ratio, and it's come out very thick and very harsh. This is very, very enjoyable, and the caffeine level is going to be insanely high because of the amount of grounds I put in there. I think I put in 4 ounces of coffee. Woo! Wow, that is very, very enjoyable. I'm gonna give that a 4 3/4 star. I'm gonna say that if you want to eat this with something, definitely something lemon cake, something like that would be actually really, really enjoyable. Wow, yeah, that is very, very nice. Because of the harsh aftertaste, I think it'll be perfect to pair this with some kind of lemon cake or lemon meringue pie or something like that. Wow, that is very enjoyable. 4 3/4, almost 5 star, but it's not there for me. It's not the pinnacle, the peak. It's not the best. Definitely gonna wake up and want this as a cup of coffee. Subscribe to this channel for me to put this coffee to the AeroPress. I'm gonna be doing a review on that with this coffee. I'm also going to be reviewing this coffee with my Philips Super Automatic, yes people. So look forward to more cups of coffee that I will be testing with this same coffee. Yeah, that is very enjoyable. Very enjoyable. Definitely a daily consumption. Yeah, it is. You're gonna remember it. You're gonna come back to it. I've had this before, but it's been so long that I was convinced this was like the peak of harshness. But because it's so sweet going down, you continuously want to take more and more and more. So, oh, that's a good cup of coffee. Yeah, it's a daily driver, people. All right, there you go. That's the Starbucks Italian Roast Coffee. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, definitely clickety-clack that like button. And if you want to join the at-home family and you want to be a part of this crew, hit that subscribe button. Every time I get a subscriber, I get a boost to make more and more videos, and it's because of you guys I surpassed 1K. Yes, people, I'm fully monetized. I'm slowly making some pennies. Yes, pennies, that's what I'm making. But they will add up to full dollars and then eventually add up to more. The more subscribers I get, the more money potentially I could have in my pocket, which means what? Better videos, food for the family, happy lifestyle. Yes, people, I'm on my way up and you're coming with me. Yes. But as always, I thank you for watching each and every one of my videos, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.